What is up, everybody? How you doing? Hey, so thank you very much, Fabreeko, Hector, and Shammy for putting in the work, man. Thank you very much for that. Gotta say that first and foremost. This is a sponsored stream. I received that, and we're making this. So again, thank you to this guy right here. This guy, Fabreeko. Thank you. You're awesome. Yes. However, I gotta say something. While I was going over the box, I was making sure that there was, proper stickers were removed for the obvious reason. And I want to show you guys something that I noticed about said box. I'm gonna turn it this way. Let me double check. Yep, we're good. Let me zoom in on the box. Let me zoom in on the box here. Let me see if you guys notice something. Let me lock this. Let's zoom in. You guys notice something right here? Do you see this right here? Do you see that? Do you want to know what that is wedged into the side of the box? That's something wedged in there. Can you guess? Can you guess what this is right here? Wedged into the side of the box? Now, I didn't notice that when it first got here. I was a little excited. I brought the box out, took a couple quick pictures. Then I came back out here to start the stream, remove some stickers, and happened to notice when I had to remove this sticker, this right here. Can you tell what that is? Probably not, but you probably want to know now, right? Let me pull it out of the box. If I can. Is a piece of a busted jar or glass or something. This was wedged into the box. So at some point when it left Fabreeko in transit, they laid it on a piece of broken glass on its side, and the piece of glass wedged into the box. Hmm. Oh boy, the fun. So yeah, but this busted piece of glass was wedged in like in here, like this. It was wedged in here. So let's take this back out again. And then let's dispose of this before my kids, my dogs, somebody steps on it. I'm right in the garbage. So I don't know where along the way that managed to get wedged into the box, but the nice part is it doesn't sound like there's a puzzle in here. So I'm hoping that we don't have puzzle pieces when we open this. I'm hoping that there's no puzzle pieces. I did say 7 o'clock I was going to start the stream. It is 7:01 p.m. Central Standard Time here in my lovely area. And I'm impatient as shit. I have been waiting for this printer for how long now, guys? You all knew that it was coming. Some of you heard or knew that it was thanks to Fabreeko, and again, Hector, Shammy, both you guys, thank you for sticking your necks out for me, and let's get into it. What's going on, LTX? Good to see you, man. Again, Clayton, Anthony Medic Vince, hi as well. Let's grab ourselves a device that we can use to open said box with. Let's move the camera up just a skosh more so that as we take things out and move them over, let's move the camera too. Let's go a little more this way. There we go. Because it's going to go from here to here. And it's going to sit here. I just put this here so that I can easily move it over here. Blade. Remember, always cut away from you. Don't ever cut towards you. Don't listen. Don't do as I say. Do as I say, not as I do. There we go. Yes. Get my personal being away from the blade. There we go. I'm going to put this off to the side for a moment. It does say right here on the flaps, I don't know if you guys will be able to read that or not, but it does say, just in case, recommended keeping the box and packaging for 30 days in case of any return or exchange. Okay. The box will go into the pile for a period of 30 or more days in case. There we go. Okay, we've got the user guide for those of you who would like to see that. There's the user guide, the guide for the users. Has the quick install for the screen, self-check, first print, as well as the quick unpacking. So take the glass off, pull the styrofoam out, then pull the box out, take the styrofoam out, and then it says to take the 3 screws that hold the build plate in, or the bed in, take those out. So we'll set this right here. Important information to keep nearby. We have the official user's manual, version 1.2, that came with this one. So there's that. All right, set that off to the side. Let's pull the styrofoam out here. 1 piece, set that on the chair. 2 pieces, set that on the chair. And then we have the lid, which is full, solid, and in 1 piece, and is glass. So there we go. GTR Dad, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. I'm hopefully in love with it. You're torn between one of these and picking up a 300 2.0, the Voron 2.4 for $575 this week. LTX. If you buy one of these, you save a little money, buy a little more filament. Build volume on this, 256. It's not 300, but how many times do you print at 300 plus? Just putting that out there. Options, things to think about. Okay, here we go. Styrofoam out. Set this off to the side for a moment. And then plastic bag. Let's see. Okay, we're setting it on the floor. We're not going to chance it. We're setting it on the ground. Here we go. Let's see. And there we go. 1 Centauri Carbon on the bench. Yeah. And let's see, anything else in the box? There shouldn't be. Styrofoam, styrofoam, lots of foam, and that's it. Now, because I have ADHD, and my ADHD is my crutch and my superpower, we're sticking the foam back in the box real quick. Just so that is less I have to do later. And then we'll set this back here for a moment. So we can take this and throw it in there, out of the way. In case someone comes out here to visit me, we'll set this up here. There we go. Grab my blade, cut thy bag. Your big printer can handle 300 plus size. The CC seems to be the best bang for the buck right now. LTX, that's again, we've all been watching YouTube. We've all been seeing the content creators and their comments about this thing. Bang for the buck right here. You know, price to performance if you want to play the AMD versus Intel and NVIDIA game. Price to performance. For that price, it's a hell of a performance from what we see. What will I see? We're going to find out. And again, thank you, Fabreeko, for this opportunity. And I did put a link, so they are currently sold out again. But if you click the notify, they're getting ready to open up batch 2 of pre-orders. So if you got some patience, consider going over to Fabreeko. Click the link, get notified when they're ready, get yourself one. And while you're there, tell them that Dan over at Maker My Nexus says hi. No affiliate links, nothing like that. It's just straight up, they sent me this, you go there, helps them, helps me, everyone's happy. So please. Okay. God, this thing is gorgeous. As 3D printers go, this design in person, like seeing it in pictures, seeing it in videos, it looks good. And in person, it looks just as good. If you're into, you know, the more like squared, like angled edges, A+ right there. Thank you, Elegoo, for making a nice printer with good angles, straight lines. Okay, bag is out of the way. Let me turn it this way. You know what? We're going to put it back on the table for a moment. Put it back on the table for a moment. Let's go down just a skosh, and let's go in just a bit. There we go. You guys want to see this more than you want to see me anyway, so there we go. All right. We got some of the heavy packing tape here. This stuff isn't leaving the residue behind either, guys. It could be because they're basically putting these things together and getting them out the door, so the adhesive's not having enough time to actually like get on everything. But does Fabreeko ship to Hawaii? Clayton, I do not know, good sir, but if you go check their website, apologies, I don't know. But check their website and see. And if not, I can definitely find out for you. Oop. And yeah, again though, guys, the tape is not leaving residue behind like I've seen on other printers. We've seen other people unbox printers and open them up, and you see that? It leaves, you know, we always see where it like leaves the residue behind from the tape. So I'm not sure if this is just a different tape, or like I said, if the tape just hasn't had time to sit and the residue to form. There's that. Open this guy up here. They even put a nice little foam in the corner to keep it from kind of clanging around and shipping. So that's good. My door still intact. For how long? I don't know. Hopefully I don't get stupid tonight, get excited and break it. I hope it doesn't break. It's a beautiful looking door. Got all that protective stuff off. I'm going to wait to take this off till I'm ready to put the screen on. But according to the instructions, it did say to pull the styrofoam out. And here's one of the boxes. Set that there. Styrofoam in there. Open the door. The other styrofoam out. There's a styrofoam piece here in the back on top. Take that out. And then, what do we got here? There's a little piece of tape that I have to remove off the build plate. Let me pick this up and I'll show you. Just right here in the corner, little piece of tape, little blue piece of tape in the corner. So what does that say? PLA specific plate on the fine textured plate isn't ideal due to, hold on, enhanced adhesion, which may cause difficulty removing the model. PLA. So when we pull this off, oh, and the sticker did leave behind. So on this plate, the sticker did leave some, but this is it is saying that the smooth side here is the PLA specific side. Give me just a moment to get the sticker off my hand. Optimized for PLA, 256, 256, 256. Build plate temp, 30 degrees Celsius. So this is definitely one of the kind of like the textured, like the tacky, sticky stuff. Down Under Maker, good to see you, man. Good to see you. But look at that. It's only 30C on this side. We flip this over and it says this side is good for PLA, TPU, ABS, PETG, carbon fibers, textured build plate, and it says an adhesion of 3 stars. This side for PLA says 5 stars. This side for adhesion does give a rating of 3 stars. So we'll be throwing some PLA at it to start. So we'll put the PLA side in, which is the B plate. So we'll stick that back in there with the B plate up. There's that. We have them pesky screws we got to get out. Bear with me here a minute. I want to open the box. Let's see what's in the box. What's in the box? We have, again, your typical hardware, glue stick, grease. So we have a tube of grease, a glue stick, some hardware, and then a waste of filament there. And then we've got a scraper blade because they do have a model for the scraper. There's a needle for cleaning out clogs. There's an extra little rubber nozzle wiper there. Or not rubber, but little silicone nozzle wiper. And then again, all the tools that come with it. And the USB flash drive with stuff on it. Okay. We have a power cable, a spool holder, and of course the Elegoo touchscreen, which has become a pretty standard touchscreen across many. So I'm sure the responsiveness and everything will be nice on this if they're following suit with many of the other manufacturers. Now, before I go breaking the door off, I'm going to close that. We'll put the spool holder in. It goes right here on the right side. And it's just a set it in place and then twist it to lock it in. And there we go. Spool holder locked in here on the side. Now, let's kind of turn it back. I'm going to sit in my chair and come in close. We're going to put the screen on. Okay. A lot of people I've been talking to or videos I've seen, they all said to kind of be careful when pulling the tape off this ribbon. But I did notice recently, it looks like in a lot of the videos or people's comments now, is they're doing this nice thing where they actually put a plastic bag. They slide it over the end of the plug and put the tape on that. So you just pull the tape loose and you slide the bag off. So kudos for that, guys. Kudos, kudos. Bonus points. Now, the screen, it only clips in one way. It is kind of a keyed thing here. I wish I could show you. But I don't have a camera in close enough. I'm sorry, guys, but let me clip this on real quick and we'll snap it in place just so you can see as best you can here. Okay. Hold on. I am going to slide this right up to the edge so I can kind of bend it under a little bit more. And then again, it goes Elegoo. There we go. Get it started with your, get it kind of started in and then take your fingers and one on each side, there's a tab or an ear. Push down and it locks right in. You'll hear it click. And then it's just a matter of setting it in place, sliding it down. There we go. Let's remove. It does say connect to the internet and update the firmware before use. So we will update the firmware because I did see that. I don't know where this falls in the production run, but I did see where there is another firmware update that came out fairly recently. So we'll definitely make sure to do that and get all those updates and fix whatever's going on. Havoc, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Let's get this out of the way. We have a couple things left to do here. Let's see. In the tool bag, you do not get cutters with this one, which can't really blame companies anymore because they send cutters with pretty much everything. So these have become pretty standard in the hobby. But if you don't have them, a nice pair of side cuts work well for getting this ginormous zip tie off the hot end here. There we go. Take the, cut that, move the hot end out just a little bit. We'll take the cardboard off. There is a small piece of cardboard wrapped around here, which is pretty easy to get off of there. I'm just going to rip it. It's fine. I ripped it. All right. The only thing that's left to do is take those 3 screws out, which I doubt I'm going to be able to show you guys. I'm sorry. But there is one located right down here in this corner. One located right down here in this corner. There are red arrows that point to it. And then there is one located right back here in the rear. So there's those 3 screws, release the build plate. It's pretty kind of standard or straightforward with a lot of the new Core XY printers. Let's just see which tool we need for that. You only get, what, 2 or 3 Allen wrenches, 4 Allen wrenches in the kit. Let's see if the first one I grab is the right one or if it's the wrong one. And the flush cutters, not side cutters. Flush cuts, not side cuts. Yes. Okay, let's see if I got the right one first try. Oh, and I did. There we go. Take the first screw out here. Okay, screw number 1 is out. Ooh. Little piece of the packing foam was statically stuck. Okay. Number 2 coming out. By the way, gang, if you would please do me a favor, drop the likes, give some thumbs up. Help me out here a little bit, and if you could, go show Fabreeko some love some way, somehow. Go on the old social medias, tell them thank you for sending this my way, or go buy something and just tell them, you know, hey, thanks for supporting small creators like Dan. Just let them know that this isn't going unnoticed and that you guys are thankful, as am I. They are in stock on the Elegoo site. Yeah, Havoc, you can definitely get it from the Elegoo site. There's no saying don't do that. I mean, if you want one, go to the Elegoo site and get it. If you're willing to support Fabreeko, they're a great company. They've been helping me for years with different projects and things. You guys know this little guy back here, the Rook 2020. Hector sent me out the frame to do the 2020 mod on that. I did get the Rook kit from Fabreeko, and Hector sent me the 2020 kit, and we built it up and had some fun with it. So, but projects in Dad's garage, where's yours? I'm not sure, good sir, but good to see you, Shrimp Daddy. Good to see you. I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you. All right, screws are out. Everything is hooked up. There's only one piece of foam I forgot, just so you guys don't forget, back here in the old poop chute. For those who don't know, this guy does have, obviously, a poop chute on the rear. There is, I'm looking around real quick because I haven't actually seen it in person. There's the little silicone wiper right here where my fingertip is in the video here. You can see that's right where the little silicone wiper is. I will do my best to get a camera in here at some point. You guys know we're going to be making content with this for a while. This thing is going to become a kind of a staple on the channel. So, you know, we're going to be making some content with this for some time. Good, bad, or indifferent, you're going to know if and when something happens. Because this machine is going to be getting a nice front and center up here for a while. We're going to take the plastic off. it's getting a good front and center for quite some time. And then it's gonna also, when I need space or whatever, it's gonna be right behind me. It ain't going far. Okay. And then let's set this on now. Ta-da! That is on there. Okay, time to close the door. I'm going to leave it right here because I can kind of zoom in with this camera. We can get closer too. So, but I'm going to hook up some power to it as soon as I find a capable cord. I know it came with one. I get that, but I have one plugged in already. I just have a box that's attacking my leg. Bad box. Bad. There we go. Plug this in. Power's coming on. You can see that there on the Elegoo screen. Let's go in and come down. Nope, not that far. Whew. Right. Whoops, too far. Right there. There we go. Is my camera looking a little crooked, or is it just probably the floor in here? But there we go. Reflective glass, guys, reflective glass. Let's do that. Then you guys won't be so confused. All right. It's telling me to select my language. English is the second one, and that's the only one I know. And I don't know it all that well, but I know it apparently well enough. All right. Use the hex screw or the hex key to remove the 3 screws as shown in the image. We did that because the paper diagram told us to. Confirm. Welcome. Ensure the chamber is free of foreign objects and then click confirm. All right. Chamber is free. Click confirm. All right. Self-check process. Place the build plate correctly with side A facing up. This process is expected to last 30 minutes. All right. Well, it says side A up. So we'll flip it back over to side A. And it does say A up here in the corner. A. B. So it says A. So we got A up. We'll stick this back in here. There we go. Ooh, I did not get it in there properly. Just set it back, drop it down. There we go. All right. Here we are. We'll close the door. Do not touch the printer during self-checking. I probably shouldn't leave it on the rickety, like, vibrating table for this part. Probably should put it up on the counter, and then it's in a more solid place. But the rickety table has kind of become, you know, the staple. So. The filament changers, Havoc, my understanding is filament changers are, what, 4th quarter? I hear it's 4th quarter. I'm not Elegoo and I don't know for sure, but I hear 4th quarter. Don't hold me to that. Got to do yard work still. But... and then you can lay down. Well, GTR Dad, I hope you get your yard work done. I know it is the weekend, so I'm sure I will as well. You thought they said 3rd? It could be 3rd quarter. Like I said, Havoc, I'm not sure. I'm not Elegoo. I just, you know, people talk and I hear things. I can tell you that you can get one of these from Fabreeko. They're about ready to open up round 2 of the pre-orders. So if anybody is interested, go click the notify, and when you get the little notification, go get your pre-order in. You can also go to the Elegoo website and get one. I like Fabreeko. They're a stateside company. And it's fun to talk to them. It's fun to work with them. And I enjoy them. Good people. Says on there, the Centauri page, 3rd quarter. All right, AG, thank you. Yep, you guys are right. You got to be, because I didn't go look. I admit that. Hector is awesome. You have a Cobra, you have the Cobra S1, and it has been fantastic so far. Havoc, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Core XY printer, Visually, I will always say this thing has, when it first appeared, it visually caught my eye. And you guys know, again, we talked about the lab racks back there, and that versus the Mod 10 from Alan Mandic, really. Between the two, visually, I like this one better. That's why I did the lab racks from Michael Clements. Visually, this one to me is the one that's appealing on the eye. Like I said, I like the more straight lines and like angled edges. I'm not really a big fan of like the rounded over look. Not functionality. As long as it functions, who cares what it looks like? But if you can get both, if you can get the visual stylings that you like as well as the functionality, that's a win. And this is, for me, all of that. The whole crew is honestly, yeah, yeah. The whole crew at Fabreeko are awesome. I spent many a nights at, not this last year, but the prior year, hanging out and chatting up with Mr. Shammy. He's an amazing guy. I'm glad that he's a part of the Fabreeko team. Hector, had the privilege of meeting Hector in person the first time about 2 or 3 Midwest Rep Rap Fest ago. I think it was 3 of them now. He was at the Midwest Rep Rap Fest. I was talking with him and Edutech Jim, and it just turned into a great little friendship there. Hector's always been a good guy to talk to, a good resource when it comes to needing to know things. Same thing with Shammy. Those 2 guys are the 2 from Fabreeko that I talk with and speak with the most. I have had general conversations with, you know, some of the other folks that are there in the background, but Hector, Shammy, 2 A+ dudes all the way. Didn't want to wait, and that's why you drove 3 hours round trip on the Saturday before last. Nice, Havoc. Yeah, well, hey, you got yourself a decent printer there. You know, enjoy it, have fun with it. Hopefully the beast will, you know, give you everything you need. And if you got some change in your pocket going jang-a-lang-a-lang, here you go. Get one of these. All right. We are through the heating, the nozzle heating, the bed heating, heat break cooling fan, mainboard cooling fan. We are now getting ready to do input shaping. So let's see how badly this table shakes. Oh, the bed is starting to come up, so I'm going to shift this back just a little bit. Okay. It was like right, this leg was like right at the edge, so I wanted to make sure. Danny B, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope life is treating you wonderfully. Glad you could be here. Danny B, the other me. Don't touch it, LOL. I know. Okay, build plate's coming up, and now it's rocking back and forth. It's doing its lovely little shimmy and shake. Watch the table as it shakes, guys. We'll see if you guys can see it. It's not there yet. Wait, let me see. Is it still shaking? No, it was shaking. It stopped shaking. What is it doing? I'm trying to see what it's doing here. So enjoy the back of my head and my bald spot that the girls love to pick on me for. My daughters, that is. Oh, it is moving. Okay. It is getting louder. Okay, the door is starting to rattle pretty good now. The table is not shaking anywhere near as bad as I thought it would, but I kind of realized something. See this right here? This thing right here? That's a heavy, like, marble slab or a piece of heavy slab of some sort. And it's leaned against the table, so I'm sure that's helping to kind of combat some of the shakiness. But yes. You can say that some of the inland filament that you bought is awesome, like the Silk Bronze Red. Inland is Polymaker. Projects in Dad's Garage. It could be. Polymaker does make many filaments for many other companies. You have a Creality K1C, Ender 3V3. Oh, there it is. Can you guys hear that in the background? You guys hear that background noise, or is my mic cutting it out? Wow. It got loud there for a second. I don't know if you guys could hear that through or not. Used to be Eson. Printing out the RC F22 Raptor, Danny. Nice. Nice, nice. You hear it? Awesome. Yeah. Both of your printer does the same thing. Yeah. Input Shaper is definitely a beast of a test for your printer, you know. All right. Automatic leveling now. Input shaping is done. Now it's going to do the bed level. You don't need to wipe the nozzle, but I get it. It's part of the process, but you don't need to wipe the nozzle. Oh, there was some filament in there. Okay. So there was some filament in there from the test print because there is a little string of filament in here. Do not touch during sell. I'll leave it. I'll leave it. I was going to open the door and pull that out of there, but we'll leave it. So it is harmonics. Yes. Oh. The fan kicked on very loudly. It is a bit of a loud printer. That fan is like full speed right now. That fan is a bit on the loud side. Still not worried about it though. Sitting out here with a big window shaker air conditioning unit right next to my head all the time, and you guys haven't complained too much about that, so I think we'll be okay. I could be wrong. You guys might be like, dude, I hate your stream. Your Ender 3 is louder while doing that than the K1C. Yeah. It's the nice part about the enclosed printers is the enclosed printers do help kind of muffle some of that noise. Sorry, I was just playing around. You know, you get the software open and I'm sitting there staring at my face and I realize I didn't do it on purpose, but I framed it really well that the Ender or the Elegoo is like right here and I'm right here. So I can kind of, stare it down, give it the eyeballs. But yeah, I do appreciate everybody, by the way, for coming and hanging out tonight while we do this. I cannot wait till all the self-tests are done. Then I'll get it connected to my Wi-Fi's. And then after it's connected to my Wi-Fi's, we'll do the firmware update. And then I'm sure we'll probably have to rerun all of this again. Because if I remember correctly, after the firmware update, it may or may not, I don't know, we'll find out, if it stores the existing settings or if it wipes those and then forces you to rerun this. Does anybody know? Like I said, first time playing with it. Haven't had the experience of when you do the firmware update, what does it do afterwards? We're going to find out together though tonight. And if anybody is watching this after the live, hi, I'm Dan. This is Maker Mind Nexus, my YouTube channel. I do all kinds of silly, dumb, exciting things. And Fabreeko, the wonderful people that they are, sent me this to unbox, set up, do prints with, play with, enjoy, and to have to use for the foreseeable future in what I call the printer rehab project, where I take old 3D printers, I rebuild them, and then I give them away to people in my area that are less fortunate, that can't afford to get into 3D printing, would like to get into 3D printing. And I have great sponsors that have come along on this journey. Polymaker sponsors filament, Microswiss sponsors hot end parts that I may need, extruders, things like that. And then of course, again, Fabreeko sending me this lovely unit that we can use to print parts that we can replace on those printers that need to be replaced. As well as they sent me other goodies throughout time. So Fabreeko is a wonderful company. Micro Swiss and Polymaker, thank you to you guys as well as thank you to you guys for coming and hanging out. All right. You got to redo it after the firmware update, Danny. Okay, thank you. I will, we can expect to have to go through this process again. So it's going to be at least an hour of it setting up and me yapping and chatting. You're pretty much new to 3D printing. You started back in December. Well, Danny, you started back in December and you're here now and you're only going forward, man. Enjoy. I started my venture into 3D printing back in, it was like 2018, 2019. I work, my day job is a technology director at a public school. And in 1819, we got into STEM, and 3D printing is a big part of STEM. So I got into 3D printing with the school. Started getting into the community, talking to people, getting to know people in the community. And then in late 2019, in mid to late 2019, I got into 3D printing a bit more seriously, got my first Ender 3 Pro. That turned into 2 Ender 3 Pros. And it just kind of has grown from there. I got into streaming and hanging out with Maker Hangouts during the 2020 era when a lot of people didn't go out of their homes, and got to meet and become friends with a lot of great people in this community. And over the years, those relationships continue to grow. I meet new friends all the time. This community is just getting bigger, and I couldn't be happier. So I do have my little slice of paradise here on YouTube. This is me. And I enjoy those who come and hang out with me. I enjoy hanging out with others on their streams when I can. And yeah, just a whole lot of fun. There's Mr. Ryan Sharp, everybody. Ryan Sharp, good to see you, sir. Here's my Centauri Carbon. It came in today. I was on my way home from work and my wife said, honey, you got a surprise on the porch and it's too heavy. I'm not lifting it. So it sat on the porch till I got home from work. And then I brought it out here to the office and took some pictures, and it sat here, and I was getting antsy like all good ADHD children do. And my brain was just like, I want to play with it. And I was going to do the stream probably tomorrow night or even Sunday night, but decided we're going to do it tonight because I'm impatient and I really want this thing to work. Because why let it sit in a box and collect dust for 2 days when I can take it out and print with it, play with it, and have fun with it? And besides, maybe we stream Saturday night and Sunday night anyway, and then we play with it some more and show it off. New thing mode activated. Yes, new thing mode. New thing. You could learn from everyone. Yes, I have been in this hobby long enough to know that I will never know enough and that I won't always have the answers. So if you come here and looking for the answer, don't be upset if I don't have it, because there's a lot to do, a lot to know, and a lot to absorb in this community and in this hobby or profession, if that's the route you're going. But that is the joys of YouTube and this community, is if someone doesn't know the answer, they usually know someone who does, or can at least point you in the direction of someone who can get you the answer you're looking for. And usually that person is more than happy to help you when you reach out to them. What is the meaning of life? 42. 42 is the meaning of life. Just ask the supercomputer. And don't forget that the dolphins are always telling us thank you, or so long and thanks for all the fish. About to start working on the Merc again. Nice. Since you finally got the CB2 and the M5P. So you can get this thing printing. Yes, sir. Get that thing printing. Do it. Yes. I had the opportunity to do the Mercury one, but ended up giving that printer back to JPP. We were going to tear it apart at Midwest Rep Fest this year, and he was going to take the parts off the printer he wanted and then send the printer back with me, and then I was going to build one. But as you guys know, it's been hard for me to be able to stream actual content lately, but maybe down the road that'll be a bridge we cross and that'll be something we do. But for right now, we've got this guy that's going to be our, hopefully our stable little workhorse that's going to just throw stuff at it and let it do its thing. Well, you've been memed on X. Uh-oh. What have I been memed on X doing, 3D Medic Vince? 3D Medic Vince, for those who don't know, loves to create... Oh, there we go. When your printer says, don't touch me while doing self-test. I'm not touching you. Don't touch me. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Vince. Speaking of, I love it so much, let me right-click and let's go ahead and save image. We're going to save that one, Vince. Thank you. Oh, gang. Go look at 3D Medic Vince's X if you haven't. That is awesome. Love it. Thank you, brother. Got to give that a like. And I got to give it a retweet, too. Or a repost. I forgot. They're not tweets anymore. Repost. Please, Mr. Musk, don't ban me from your platform. It's my social media outlook. No, I'm just playing. Just playing. It's okay. We all do that. It's okay. Oh, told you not to touch it. Yep, you did, Danny. You did. Oh, by the way, Danny. Again, I'm also a Danny, but I'm a Dan, not a Danny. And also, the B is also fitting for me. Yeah. So when I see you in chat, it's always funny because I just think, I'm like, am I here? Am I watching my own stream? Am I like 4 years ago me? 5 years, 6 years ago me now. Ooh. Gonna try to get that Delta working too. Nice. That'll be awesome. JPP, what's going on, man? Or as I like to say lately, hey PP, JPP, how are you, bud? Good to see you. It is running self-test, so there's not a whole lot we can do except hang out and talk and see that good old Mr. 3D Medic Vince turned me into a YouTube or an X meme. You should go look. I'll make it easy for everybody to get to. Hold on. Ready? Give me a moment. Gotta find it. Where did it go? But where did it go? It's not showing up now. Let me click on this. There we go. Boom. Here it is, gang. Paste. There you go. Quick, easy access. Hey, it's your name, man. You can dox yourself, but I don't want to dox you. But everybody's heard my last name of Borio many a times, so mine's shorter. However, my last name, if you jumble some of the letters around, my last name is in your last name. But yeah, so. But anyway, where are we at? We're still doing the auto leveling. How many points is it testing? And it's currently hitting where that little bit is. Oh, that piece of filament is now stuck to it. Is it doing a 10 by 10 grid? Holy cow. I think it's doing like a 10 by 10, guys. Let's see here. We're at the center. So 1, 2, 3. It's either doing a 10 by 10 Or maybe it's doing a 16 by 16 even. I don't know. 11 by 11, 112 points. Okay, or 121 points. Okay, so it's doing an 11 by 11. Damn. Well, it's definitely getting a nice accurate reading on that bed for that first test, huh? All right, self-check is complete. Hit confirm. All right, now I need to get it connected to the Wi-Fi's. Is it under settings then? Network. There we go. Okay. Excuse me for a moment. I need to block you. I need to join my Wi-Fi's without you guys seeing my super secret password. Let's make sure it connects. We'll make sure it connects. It has connected. And then we have the camera, the info, again, the network, the settings. And let's scroll down here. Check for update. Under settings, check for update. And it does say that the current version that's on here is 1.1.25, but it does say a newer version of 1.1.29. So let's tap that. Tap update. Does fix several issues, including causing unexpected print interruptions, adds thermal protection from the extruder during homing, resolved UI display issues when machine encounters an error, addresses occasional issues with web controls, fixes bugs that could prevent time-lapse videos from exporting properly, improves USB drive compatibility to fix occasional reading errors. Currently it is unzipping. And now it is doing the update. The update's going fairly quick. We got 38% already, 39, 40, 44. We're already at 50. Oh, once it hit 50%, it just like rocketed off. Boobies, we know. Yeah, yeah. You know, I'm an original kind of guy like that. You know. Now you have to go through the whole process again, Danny B. Yes, I do. When Danny B is here, I can always be like, Danny B, hey, that's me. Look at me, I'm a rhyming guy. All right, Elegoo, create the future. What if I want to create the past or the present? Can I do that too? Or is it just the future? All right. Well, it came up. It's connected to the Wi-Fi's. There's the IP address. And just for anybody who wonders, Elegoo Slicer is a thing. You can use that. However, thanks to some kind folks at Elegoo, there's also a slicer profile for the slicer of my choice, which is Orca Slicer. I may or may not have already added it into Orca Slicer, but we will obviously want to add with the Elegoo Connect, and then make sure that we have the IP address in there so we can just slice and send without having the headache of having to, you know, use a different slicer, which is kind of reskinned version of Orca Slicer anyway. But yeah, didn't all the Bamboo guys hate on the long startup process? I believe they did, Havoc. I believe they did. However, that is done, and it's not saying that I need to rerun anything. It's not telling me to redo it. I'm sure I probably could go redo it if I wanted to. But the models that are already on here, it comes with, it says CC cover holder. You've got the Eiffel Tower. We have the mini, we have the mini Centauri Carbon, the poop chute. We have a scraper, a vase. We've got the little Buddha, And we've got, of course, a 15.5 minute or 15 minute, 30 second benchy. I think you guys probably want something quick. So what do you think? Should we just throw the 15-minute benchy at it? Should I throw a roll of filament in there? Print the mini poop collector. That's like a 2.5 hour print. I don't think I've got 2.5 hours in me, and I'd like to get at least one print done before, you know, before the stream ends. Speaking of interruptions, here's my daughter who's probably going to tell us a wonderful story because
I just let the dog in, right? And he went and he wanted Mom. So he went and jumped up there with Mom, and here comes Rory, and she starts having a cow and everything, tail up, fur fluffed and everything, just throwing a fit because the dog's there. And then Mom made me put Chewy to bed, and then baby Rory, like Chewy was in the wrong.
I know. Chewbacca is always the one who goes to bed.
You can't sit here and justify your dog's behavior when Chewy literally wasn't doing anything. Frank's literally on her period, and she was perfectly fine.
Yes.
So she sat here and she justified Rory's behavior towards Chewy.
Yes.
So I had to go put my dog away.
You could let him back out.
No, it's starting to thunder.
I didn't hear any yet.
Yeah, because
that's
your
fine.
big mouth's been flapping.
Yeah. Well, I love you. I would like to finish my stream, please.
Yeah, no, but I just don't know why she has to be like that.
Me neither.
It's not his fault. It's her dog's fault. And instead of instead of admitting that her dog was in the wrong, she made me put my dog away. So now he feels like he's in the wrong.
You could take him in your room with you and let him cuddle you in there for a little while.
No, he doesn't like being in my room. He doesn't like being anywhere.
You could go sit in Jacqueline's room with him.
No.
Okay. Well, I need to grab a roll of filament and put it in this printer now so that I can start a print because the internet wants to see this thing printing because several of them are just like me and we're interested in how well this printer will work. So I'm going to grab a roll of filament. Insert tween emotional breakdown. Yes. Down under maker. Yes. Should we do lavender purple, safari or sapphire blue, or wood brown?
What?
Lavender purple, sapphire blue, or wood brown?
Wood brown.
I know you'd pick brown. Go figure. Ugh. This kid and her love of brown.
No, I love brown.
Okay. Brown it is. Hey, don't tell them. Don't tell Polymaker. There. Don't tell them, okay? Don't tell them I did that. Havoc, I will print that, but that's ABS, and I don't want to print ABS yet. We're printing PLA first. We will put some ABS through that thing. Don't you worry. I've got that central ABS, that central green ABS plus. We will definitely do that. But we are going to do some wood brown. If anybody's interested to know what it looks like, give me a second to nip the end off of it here. The matte wood brown pan chroma from good old Polymaker. There you go. It's a yellow light, so obviously it doesn't look right. It prints so nice. Havoc, I'm hoping so, bud. I'm hoping so. We're going to print some parts and some stuff. Probably going to print some Labrax parts in the lovely color. Okay. Get this spool on there and get this through the hole. There we go. Push it all the way up. Keep on keeping on till it gets to the nozzle. There we go. Okay. I believe we hit the hot end. Let's go back here to home, no, to settings, and then I'm looking to see because we haven't really played around in anything. So let's look at the extruder tab. There we go. Extruder. Let's do, we'll say 220. We should be able to load it at 220 and load. There we go. It's going through the nozzle heating, Then it will do the load filament. Then it will grab the filament, and then it will load completed. We can open the door now. We'll open the door, and I'm going to have to go through the top. I want to get that little wispy out of there. They used appears to be like a gray color. So they must have used a gray for the test color. All I see is cardboard. Yes. Sure there's filament on that? No, I don't think so, Ryan. You printed a new riser for the K1 and it looks great. Nice, man. Nice. Yeah, we've got the Central 3D green right there. So that's the Central 3D green ABS Plus. So we'll throw some of that in here and print some Labrax parts, because I kind of want to make another one, because those parts are either a mix of they're a mix of PLA CF, or not PLA, PETG CF and Prusament Galaxy Black PLA. Not ideal. PLA not ideal, but you know. Okay, it is currently pooping out filament back through the poop chute there. You guys can't see it, sorry. Now it's wiping itself off and going back over. It's back over the poop chute, which means it's now dropping out the back. So we'll definitely need to print the little bucket afterwards and collect our poop. It is still squirting some out there. Oh, wait. Nope, it is saying it is completed. I'm an idiot. I didn't look down. It just goes back over the bucket so that as it kind of oozes out, it's done. There we go. All right, let's go into the files. And like I said, just for a kind of a quick print, let's print the Benchy. We have textured plate A on there still. Yes, it is textured plate A. And we'll make it level. No, we don't need to make it level, or shouldn't have to. So let's just go ahead and hit print. Let's close the door. It's PLA. We could leave the door open, but because I'm sitting here rolling around in my chair, the last thing I want to do is ka-cha. Printer spool sample. Boss is thinking first week of August for final probably visit. Yes, Ryan. That was what was said today in the conversation that I had with said company. We talked about that, and it sounds like, yes, first week in August, get you in there and get that done. You're surprised that the Centauri doesn't ask you to redo the startup. I know the Creality does. Yes. All right. It is currently just sitting here in the front. For right now, while I'm facing it, wow. That is, wow. Just wow. Holy crap. It is throwing it down, guys. I mean, I know now that we've got printers that are throwing out benchies that, you know, look really good in like 10, 15 minutes, and this is a 15.5-minute benchy, so hopefully it'll look good or pretty damn good. It is not looking terrible. It is throwing it down. There you go. I'm going to do this for you guys. Hold on. There you go. I'll do that. I'll just kind of move my big old schnoz out of the way here. No, I'm streaming, love. All right. There we go. I think it's cooking. I mean, look at that. It's been printing for a whopping, well, it's a 15 minutes, so 2 minutes roughly. Yeah. Gonna have us a beautiful wood brown benchy here. I do hope the wobbly legged desk that it is sitting on and rattling like crazy, as you can see. Yeah. Tin Talon, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Just place a paver under it. Yeah, I am planning to take this thing and move it up onto the bench over here, right over here, that was next to me, and it's probably going to sit there and reside there for a while. So it'll be on a more solid, stable surface. Your Centauri Carbon just got there today too. Nice, Tin Talon. Well, I don't know. You probably already got yours put together, so you probably beat me to it. I just got this done. We did the firmware update, and now we're printing our first print on it. We're doing the benchy because it's 15 whole minutes. Off to the local Quiv. Oh, equivalent of Home Depot. Got it, Down Under Maker. All right, man. Have fun. Safe travels. If we're still streaming when you get back, hopefully you can come back. Still in the box. Been watching me. Nice. Well, thank you, Tin Talon. Maybe while you were watching me, you could have been opening your printer too. We could have been doing this together, brother. Too much to do maybe this weekend. I understand that, man. If I didn't do this tonight, it was a good chance it probably wouldn't be till Sunday before I would have got a chance to do this. So I'm glad we could do this now. Peace out. You're going downtown to meet up with some friends, listen to some music. All right, Danny B, have some fun. Enjoy the music. Hope you have a good time. Since you're going out to hang out with friends, my usual, stay out of trouble, stay out of jail. Happy 3D printing. Got to pass on good advice. Let me sneak in here real quick. The surface quality is not looking terrible. And it did transition to the bow here in the back half. And it's not bulging, from what I can see, it's not bulging too badly. A lot of us know that as it goes from the bow to the walls, you get a little bit, or not the bow, the floor to the walls, you get that little bulge usually. It doesn't look too terrible. Cool things and just not open it. I don't have that kind of self-control. Same. I don't have that same, nope. I gotta open it, I gotta play with it. That's why it's right there. And that's why we're doing this tonight. Are you going to be unhappy with the money spent on some VM adhesive? The Vision Miner stuff is good. I do like the Vision Miner. I had some of it in the past and have used it. I have honestly not really used much adhesive over the years. Occasionally some glue stick or Vision Miner if I have it, or in the past I had some bed weld, which worked very well. None of these companies are giving me anything, so there's no like I have to be nice about it type of thing. It's an honest, I've used a lot of them. They all work well. It's just what you got, what you can afford, and what you want to use. I do like the Vision Miner. It did work well, but like I said, lately, I've been pretty lucky that I've had my share of failures due to lack of adhesion, but usually a little tweak up or down on the first layer, and it will bite. Hyperlock. Haven't heard of that one. I'll have to check it out, Tin Talon. You're going to head off? got some adulting to do. All right, Ryan, have fun. Stay out of trouble, stay out of jail, man. Make good choices, all that fun stuff, you know? And if I don't see you again on one of these streams, I'll see you first part of August to finish up the project. I guess I should take a minute too while this is printing. We're at 44% done right now. I guess I should take a moment to say, guys, let me back this up while I say this. Ready? I'm gonna back this out, back it out again, back it out again. There we go. Hey, how you doing? While you're here, don't forget to smash the like button. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And what else is there? Oh, if you want to support the channel, there's links down below. You can do that. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. If you'd like to help me today, if you'd like to help me over time, consider becoming a member to the channel. Like Conduct Creator Taylor says, if you're considering doing a super chat or a sticker, maybe consider gifting a membership to someone else in the community. That's always nice too. Helps me and it helps the community. It allows other people to join the memberships. So maybe consider gifting a membership to someone. Or if you're not a member and you want to support me that way, feel free to join. Now all the YouTubery stuff is out of the way. Thank you again, Fabreeko, for sending this beautiful machine my way. So far, first print looking good. When it's done, we'll see. And then we actually have another print we have to do. We're going to slice our own. It's the traditional built-over Vermont Dapper Dan duck. We've got to do one. So we'll break open Orca Slicer. I'll get the IP address loaded in. We'll get it set up, and then we'll throw a Dapper Dan with the default Orca Slicer settings. See how that does. And then if we need to tweak and tune, we'll tweak and tune. Will we tweak and tune tonight? I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling here once this is done and the Dapper Dan is going, and see how the Dapper Dan does. Also, I've got to ask, who else is streaming tonight? It's Friday night. I know JPP used to stream on Friday nights, but now they've switched to Saturdays. And then I know, I believe Friday nights at 11:59 p.m. That's when 3D&T, they go live. So, and I believe it's 11:59 East Coast time, if I remember right. So they go at 11:59, which is 10:59 my time, which gives us roughly 2 hours. Might be 3 hours, something like that. Yeah, like 2 hours. I guess while it's doing that, well, maybe. Let me see. Can I find the IP address while it's printing? Yes, I can. All right. Let's go back to the home screen. I'm going to load up Orca Slicer here off to the side for a moment, guys. And then I'll bring you in while I'm doing that. And then we'll get this thing loaded in. Let's see what the web interface looks like. Is there a web interface for this? Oh, there is. Nice. Okay. Oh, camera did load. Here, let me bring you guys over. You guys can see the web interface that comes with this thing. Let's go right screen. Let's move Orca Slicer out of the way. There we go. So there's the camera. And if I click on the camera, can I make the camera bigger? No. Okay, well, you get a little camera view off to the side here. And when you hover over it, it puts the pause logo in there. You got the chamber fan. Oh, lighting. Let's turn the light on. Oh, turned off. Is there no light? I thought there was a light in there. Huh. Well, the light does not want to turn on. We can turn the side fan on if we needed to, but we don't. There's the preloaded files. Video listing if we were to make some time lapses. So it's a very kind of straightforward, just single page, nothing special. Just basic information. All right. Well, that being said, let me bring up Orca Slicer here real quick. Let's move this over. And then let's select the Centauri Carbon with the 0.4. and then we will click on this guy, hit the drop down, click on Elegoo Link, because it is Elegoo Link. Put in the IP address, hit test, connected to Elegoo Link. Okay, there we go. And then let's change this. Elegoo Centauri Carbon 0.4, we're going to call it Fabreeko, because that's what it is. Came from Fabreeko, so it is Fabreeko. Could have called it Hector, I guess, huh? Could have named it Shammy too, though, because Shammy was the main driving force in this. So again, thank you, brother. You're awesome. But there we go. All right, and then the build plates are not enabled, but we did learn recently how to do that. We just click on the little, settings right there, and then you can check the support multiple bed types. Check the box, hit save, hit OK, and close. And now we have textured PEI sheet. We have the smooth cool plate engineering, but we'll leave it with the textured PEI sheet because that's what we have. As for filament, we are using Polymaker. And there we go. They don't have it listed as Panchroma, but the Polymaker, is it Polylight that is Panchroma, or is it Polyterra? It's Polyterra, right? I believe it's the Polyterra PLA is what would be Panchroma today. So there we go. What do we got for settings? Walls of 2, top of 5, bottom of 3. I'm at least a 3, 3, and 3 kind of guy, so we'll do 3 on the walls. Speeds and everything we'll leave alone. We click here. Let's go back and find the old Dapper Dan duck. 3D files. Thank you again, Built Over Bot, for making the Dapper Dan duck my ultimate test print. 3D duck. The reason for the 3Ds is the Dapper Dan Duck, or DDD, 3D. Bam, there he is in all of his glory. We are going to print him. So let's go ahead now. And again, like I said, just almost basic settings. All right, almost basic settings. So we're doing 3 walls instead of 2. All right, I like a little bit more wall. Okay. Let's slice the plate and see how long it says it's going to take. It's going to take 39 minutes, 33 seconds. Total time, 39 minutes, 41 seconds. We'll hit print. And for right now, we're not going to check the upload and print box. We do have switch to device tab, but we are going to hit upload. So there it goes. It is uploading to the printer. While it's printing, it errored. So I'm wondering if that's one of the things that they were still working on, because I think there was an issue with that, somebody said. So now that the Benchy is done, there we go. We'll hit confirm. And now that we're back at the main screen, let's try this again. Let's hit print. And we're going to hit upload. And there it goes. Okay, so for future reference, guys, there is still that little bug in the printer where when it's doing something printing, or if it's at the home screen and it has that up there, you do have to hit the button to confirm it before you can upload the next file. So there is that bug. Keep that in mind if you get one. If you've got the printer in a different room, make sure your screen has been reset back to the home screen, you're cleared back to that, or you're not trying to print something when you try to upload. But we did. It's uploaded. Let's get the Benchy off of here and take a look at it, shall we? I'm going to pull away the awesome little corner prime line or purge line that it does. Say that again. What is the bug? Tin Talon. The bug is, while it's printing, when you slice and try to send something to the printer, it will error out. And then also after you're done printing something, if the home screen still has the confirm or reprint option on there, if you don't hit confirm to go back to your main home screen here, it will not allow you to send it to the printer. So you have to make sure your home screen, your printer's screen is back to the actual home screen, and then you can hit upload and send it to the printer from within the slicer. It's a bug. I thought that might have been fixed with this firmware update, but it was not. And it does have the bioline. I just couldn't see it when it was on the printer. But all in all, the overall quality of this thing looks good. I'm getting my eyeballs on it, and then I will flip the camera back to the big view here. There you go. Oh, we got a little bit of a droopy droop here in the back where the looks like, yeah, a little bit of the overhang on the back of the back of the little captain's quarters there. But all in all, so there you go. My daughter's back, so be ready. I'm sure she's got a story for us. What you got, kiddo? Nothing? Pickles? She got pickles, guys. All right. Yeah, please don't. Not right now. So let's go ahead and start the Dapper Dan Duck, guys, real quick. Hello from the airplane. Going back home after 2 weeks in Jackson. Nice. Sure, I'll take a pickle.
They're Billy Bites.
I know, they're good. Dirty old snaps. All right. We're going to go ahead and start the print, guys. Boom. Hit start print. Reviews on... Oh, let me show you guys this. So from within the device, I clicked on it. I can turn on... From here, we can turn on the time-lapse, the heat bed leveling, and then it also allows you to pick which build plate you're using. Hey, kiddo, can you turn the light on, too, out there when you go out? Yeah, just flip the switch over there. No, that's the thing. I mean, the actual light switch over there. Thank you. But go ahead and we can pick though, guys. Sorry, textured build plate, side A or B. It's the B is the smooth plate, it says. But we're gonna go with the textured because that's what's on there and that's what we just used. And now we'll hit send. I'm not gonna do a time lapse on it. But here we go, and I'm gonna close the door. Just because. I guess when I close the door, I could always take the top off or print the little thing to elevate the top. But for right now, we'll let it go. Maybe we'll open the door again since I'm right here and I'm not swinging the seat around too much. We'll leave it like that. You guys will be able to watch the camera. I wish it would allow me to make the camera full screen, you know, because I think that'd be kind of cool if we could just have like, or I'll have to see if I can pull the camera feed from within the web page. See if I can pull the camera feed out and put it in OBS so that we can just tap right into it like I do with all the clipper devices I have. One Raz, good to see you, man. Will, good to see you as well, by the way. I know I read your thing. Sheezy E, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Been trying to decide if you want or if you should swap from the A1 for one of those, the Cobra S1 combo or a P1S. Cheesy, I personally have been dying to get my hands on this machine. So again, thank you to Fabreeko for sending one over. If you want to get one of those, there's a link down there. But Fabreeko is currently getting ready to open up the second round of pre-orders. So Fabreeko, because they are getting the machines in, they get them, they do rounds of pre-order. And then after the pre-order is fulfilled, then they get them ordered and sent in. Takes a little while, but at least you're getting them from, you know, Fabreeko. So the nice part is if there's any major issues or anything crazy, you can reach out to Fabreeko for help. So hey, Fabreeko, want to send me one too? I wish Fabreeko was here right now, Sheezy. Sheezy. Let's see something. No, I kind of got a little antsy. I didn't let them know that I was going to be streaming tonight. I kind of got antsy. Get a brand new printer. You want to play with it. So, and this is the one that I have been like dying to get my hands on. And that first layer is going down beautifully. And you guys saw, I did 0 Z offset. Like, there is, I did not show you guys this, but there is the bottom layer, the first layer. So, does look good. Let's see how it does, because I didn't clean the build plate either. You all saw that I didn't do that too. So let's see how it does here. It is like ripping on this gun. It says 38 minutes. It was like 39 and some change in the overall slicer. It's at 38 minutes left to go. You were looking at these before you bought the A1, but just didn't want to wait for the release. Yeah, I get it, dude. Trust me, I get it. And we all know my situation. I'm gonna come back here for a minute. You guys can see it behind me, so but you guys know my situation, man. I'm not in a I don't have a lot of like disposable income. So making poor financial decisions for me includes not paying bills. So an opportunity like this that came along where Fabreeko was like, hey man, we know you want one of these. We're more than happy to send you one. And for total transparency, all that was said was this: we'll send you the printer, use the printer, be honest about your printer. Thank you, love. So they said, use the printer, enjoy the printer, have fun with the printer, be honest about the printer. If there's problems, tell us, let us know. And I was like, yeah, not a problem. And they know that I do live streams. It's not like I put together like big dramatic, videos to showcase them. I do live streams. These printers get seen, they get used, they are in the background of my streams. You see them every time I stream. If the machine works, I'm using it. If the machine doesn't work, it usually sits there and collects dust. This one does work, but I don't have a lot to print right now, so it hasn't been printing. This one's probably going to go back to work with me and be my little desktop printer to print ducks, because the kids at the school like the ducks. So that one's probably going to go back to work with me, and I'm going to print ducks with it. My switch wire, that one holds a special place in my heart. That's why it's still here. I've been looking for a printer that I can get, use, and enjoy right here. Video stream for the printer is IP address 3031/vid. Weave, thank you. Let me check that out real quick. While we're talking, let me make sure that your correct is correct. If it is the case, we'll pull it into the stream right now. I'll set up another one and we'll make it happen. Video. It is. You are correct. Weave, you are awesome. Copy. Works for me. LOL. Hey, thank you. Let me jump into studio mode real quick so I don't bump myself out while I basically make a whole new one, because I don't have templates created, which is fine. Call this one Centauri Carbon. I only own one of those, so that's pretty easy. There we go. Browser. All right, boom, put that there. What is the output on that? I guess that would help if I knew the damn output, but we'll see here. Hold on. Control B. I think it's a 1280-720 if I remember, but I don't know. Is it okay? Yeah, that could go much better, but we'll make it as big as we can make it. Let's go to properties. Sorry, I'm building this on the fly here, kind of a thing, guys, so bear with me. We can make that better. Properties. It's actually smaller. What's smaller than 720? Why can't I remember? I'm doing this on the fly and I'm being stupid. Inspect. 640 by 360. 640. 360. Let's see if that's right. Hey, that is right. All right. So if anybody wonders what the output is, it is 640 by 360. So if you want to set your, you want to set it, it's 340 by, it's sorry, 640 by 360. Reverend, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Staying out of trouble, staying out of jail, all that fun stuff. I'm currently just setting up a quick little, I'm setting it up here real quick for the camera so that we'll be able to see inside the Centauri Carbon in a OBS scene. And then let me put in the image, grab the Fabreeko image, because thanks to Fabreeko, we have this to do this with. Okay, put that there, and then let's trans. I'm an idiot, guys. Sorry about that. There we go. Now we got audio. But Reverend, is there still a month-long wait on the Centauri Carbon after purchasing? The answer is it still has a long wait. I got mine from Fabreeko. There was a bit of a wait there because Fabreeko has to order them, get them in, and then they send them out. But the nice part is Fabreeko is stateside, so you pay a little bit more, but you get it from the stateside company. If you have problems, you reach out to Fabreeko. So there is that, and it's worth it. And Fabreeko has been amazing with me, for me, to me, over the years. Can't complain. Thank you again, Fabreeko, for this wonderful opportunity. If you want to get one from Fabreeko, links down there. What I was saying is, here's the overall print quality on the Benchy. This is the pre-sliced file that comes on it. Let me go back here for a moment and click this. There you go. There was one small spot over right here on the back of the wheelhouse where you can see a couple layers did not adhere properly. A little bit of wispies inside the bow there. But all in all, I mean, print quality, it is amazing. Yes, Reverend Hector, Shammy, and the rest of the crew, all good people. Shammy is the one that initiated this for me, so I am grateful to him. Hector is the crazy man who said, give that idiot a Centauri Carbon, let him stream it, because you guys know, like I said before, I don't do big production videos. I don't do a lot of B-roll and video editing. I do live streams. These printers are shown to you as they are. We play around with this stuff. We do this stuff as it is. We don't edit things. You see it as it happens. If there's an error, a problem, a mistake, you see it, you know it. Hopefully, if I make a mistake, you guys learn from my mistakes when you get these things, if you like what you see and want to spend your hard-earned monies on one of these. Use the display on the printer and turn the internal lights on, please. I did try to play with the lights, and it didn't come on, but there, yeah, there you go. I did turn it on. I don't know how well it worked. I do know that one of the things I would like to see from my friend over at XR Bunker Works, possibly some an LED upgrade for inside this bad mamma jamma. So Iffin's the Shammy of Shammies, the man, the myth, the legend behind xrbunker.works, should happen to be watching. Maybe he can put together a sweet little LED kit to get more light in there, and then he can send one my way, and then we'll slap one in there, and then if you guys like it and want one, you can get one. Because I do know that the one little light up there in that corner is just not enough. And with all that real estate inside there, you could definitely put lights down both sides. And I think, yeah, like right inside the door here on the back side of this lip, right here on the back side of this lip, there's enough space. There's nothing there. And I don't know. I'll have to see when the hot end comes forward if it touches. But if the hot end doesn't get close enough and you got enough space here, you could almost just stick a light strip right here on the front and have it just push right down onto the build plate. And the camera's in a location where that would probably help light up your print the way you need it to. Is it Arn or Arnie? I'm just curious there, flying. And is it flying? Is it Arn flying? Arnie flying? How's that pronounced? I don't want to butcher it. I don't want to offend you. I want to know so that I don't make mistakes. I do make mistakes, but I don't want to offend you if I don't. Not my goal. By the way, also, sorry for missing that up there earlier. I kind of got sidetracked with the adding in the camera to the stream so we can do this. So, like I said, it is on, but it's not really the greatest. If I have a cob wire strip in the upper right, then probably has it on the front as well. You got the updated light. The original was pitiful, single LED under the camera. Yeah, there is an LED under the camera right here. There is one, but it did not light up. So that one did not come on when I turned it on. But there is a light up in this corner, or up on this side. Is there anything on the front? Oh, there is one on the front too. Okay, yeah, you're right. I did get an upgraded light, but it still doesn't seem... Let me close the door and see if, yeah, I mean, I guess it works. Let me see something. Let's cover up from the top there, most of the above light. Yeah, that's not terrible. I mean, it works. You can definitely see in there, but man, could be brighter, I'm sure. Just saying. Hi from Norway. Well, I am starting to get a lot of Norway folk. I wonder if it has anything to do with my friends Maker Viking and Kenrog. Those two crazy Norwegians, love them guys. They're like brothers to me. If I ever get to Norway, I'm going to travel from the south to the north and meet them both. Because of the lens flare? Gotcha. Okay, Weeb. My daughter either got 2 packs of the pickles or decided she didn't want the pickles. So she gave me her dilly bites. Not going to say no to that. Reverend is a quarter Norwegian. Fabreeko is Norwegian. Hey, guess what? I'm not Norwegian. Oh, okay, there we go. Once the page loaded, the camera did not come up there at first. Oof, duh. Oof, duh. Havoc, I have seen you. I would not have guessed Norwegian, sir. But that's not a blasphemous statement. This little ducky is looking pretty freaking sweet, guys. We'll see how it does, though, when it gets to the bill. The underside of the bill is always a good tell. And yes, I opened the door, so there's probably a lot more wind noise again. We're already 52% done. At 17 minutes of print time, with 21 minutes left to go. And as it gets up to the top around the hat, this thing will get sailing. Square Peg Makes Games. How do I like the carbon? Well, so far we've only got 2 prints, or 1 print off of it. We did the pre-sliced benchy that comes loaded on it. Looks good. Let me go back to the big view here. Looks good. We printed this in the Polymaker Polyterra wood brown. Yeah, wood brown from Pan Chroma. I said Polyterra, Pan Chroma, Polymaker. But it's done in wood brown. Looks good. And we are, there was one little issue right back here, or one big issue, I should say. It was back here on the back of the wheelhouse. There's a couple of layers that did not stick and fell off. Little bit of wispies, but all in all, the overall print quality looks amazing when you look at everything. There's the underside. Flip it over for you. There you go. That is printed on the A side of the build plate, which is a little bit more textured, the more textured side. And we are currently printing the Dapper Dan duck that my buddy Built Over Bot had designed. Him and his wife, they do models and stuff. And they designed the Dapper Dan duck after a suggestion that was made by my daughter's volleyball team. He built the sitting duck, the sitting standing duck with the little legs that kind of kick down and kick up. They designed that, turned around, and my daughters wanted it to have it, or my daughter and the volleyball team wanted top hats. So him and his wife added a top hat and called it the Dapper Dan duck after this guy. So it is now my go-to print for testing printers. How does it compare to the FlashForge 5M? I had and loved my FlashForge Adventure 5M. It was such a good printer that I gave it to my nephew because, well, my niece and nephews and my brother-in-law, but mostly my nephew now. He's the one using it like crazy. It is a good machine. For the price difference, I would say spend the extra and get this. For me, big reasons why I was fascinated by this machine. Visually, I like the overall look of this printer. The way Elegoo designed it, to me, this is visually appealing. I know it's not for everyone. Top hat. Top hats are cool. You own 5. Reverend, yes. Top hats are cool. That is your current printer, the Adventurer 5M. Sweet. It's a good printer. Like I said, not knocking it. I love it. I do miss it. But now that I have this, I mean, fully enclosed for a small bump in price, the speed is there Obviously, this is a print that on most other printers, when I do that, they usually take around about the hour mark, hour 15. This is saying that it'll be done in less than an hour, 39 minutes. So right about 40 minutes to print this Dapper Dan duck, and that's using the built-in Orca Slicer profile. The only thing I changed in the built-in profile so far is I added a third wall because I'm not a fan of 2 walls. I like 3 walls. I didn't change the infill. I didn't change the top and bottom. I don't think I changed the top and bottom. Guys, did I change the top and bottom or just the side wall or just the walls? I think I just did the walls. But I will say, for the price tag, spend a little extra, get this fully enclosed 3D printer that will allow you to print more materials for the small price bump. Or if you already have it, in which case you do, look into putting an enclosure on it. Or order yourself one of these, and when it comes in, turn around and sell your Adventure 5M for, you know, around the $200 mark. You can get back most of that right back into that. You've been printing stuff in PLA on your 5M? Yeah. With it being an open air, PLA, PETG, and you could probably get away with some TPU. Be careful though, make sure it's dry. You could probably pull off ASA open air, but the smell is going to get you. So make sure you print it in a well-ventilated room. And with ASA, just remember, it is preferred to print ASA in an enclosure. But I have seen people print ASA open air. I have seen people print ABS open air. But it's usually in a place where the temperature is hot enough that it's not really being affected by the cooling. If the 85X was bigger, yeah. If the 80X, if it was a larger printer, I think that'd be nice. But I have to say, the nice part here is this is that 256 standard that everybody is kind of getting used to because of Bamboo. So this does have the 256, 256, 256 build volume that we're all kind of becoming accustomed to getting used to. So that is nice. I don't recall off the top of my head now, though, what the 80M5 is, or the 85M is. What is the build volume on that for Square Peg? What is its build volume again? Like I said, it's been a while since I used it. 220. Okay. So yeah, so you're gaining another 36 by 36 by 36 over the Adventure. So I would almost say, if you're considering this, maybe up front, spend the money, buy one of these, get it, with the thought or the intentions that once you get it, you put the Adventure out there for like $200 and let somebody take it off your hands, and then you recoup, $200 of what you spent on that back into your pocket, and then you're only out the roughly what, $90, $80, $90 that it cost when you bought it brand new. You're strongly considering this printer. Square Peg, what I can tell you is, if you're having reservations, come back to the channel. This thing is going to be here. Again, I'm not a reviewer, okay? I don't review units. I use printers. Like, these guys will tell you, either they sit and collect dust, or you watch me use it for like a week straight on streams where I'm just throwing stuff at it and printing and printing and printing. Maybe ducks constantly. I can tell you that I did just print a lab rack system using my Magneto X back there, as well as the Mark III S Plus down here. And I also used a Core 1 recently because the school that I work for just got 2 Core 1s, and I have used the Core 1s. And I can tell you, so far, I love Prusa. I love everything Prusa's doing. I support Prusa and the whole overall project. Again, the school I work for, we have all Prusas except for one machine right now. We have 1, 2, 3 Mark IVs. We have 2 Core 1s, 2 minis, one Mark III's Plus there, and then the one Mark III's Plus that's currently sitting down there at the school or for the school. This one will go back to the school when it's required, but for now it's just going to sit here, and I'm going to kind of play around with it and use it, have some fun with it, you know, because there's not enough room in the STEM class for it. So I'm going to just kind of hang on to it for a bit. And then one day, if they don't need it, I'll talk to the superintendent about what he thinks is a fair price, and then probably over a couple of paychecks, pay that off and keep it for myself. Unless they need it. Got a request for you. If I send you a pre-supported STL, would you be willing to print with a 0.2 nozzle and see how well it performs? Well, I don't have any other nozzles for it right now. I know it uses some weird nozzle, so I'd have to get a 0.2 nozzle, and then we could definitely play that game. Square Peg, if you ever want to send files, guys, in general, if you want to send something, dan@makermynexus.com. There's the email. Send away. However, please don't sign me up for dating sites. Okay? Just don't do that. I know it's a thought, but don't. Because just remember, what goes around comes around. Yeah. Ooh, that hit weird. I went to say something and a little piece of pickle shot back. You guys about to witness me die choking on a pickle. That'd be great for the internet. How'd he die choking on a pickle? Anyway. Dying is not allowed. Thank you, Square Peg. I agree. But yeah, send me whatever you send me. Just put whatever you're looking for as a request in there. But please also remember, it's a request. Don't get mad at me if I don't get to it, or if I don't get to it for some time. Got a Carbon 14 days ago and passing 100 hours now. Great printer. All right. And again, is it Arn? Arnie? Arne? Is it just Arn without the E, as in the E is silent? Is it Arnie as in long E, even though it's not a long E? Is it Arne as in, you know, the E is an A? Or is it none of those and I'm just butchering the shit out of it? Which, if that's the case, apologies. So it's Arnie. Okay. Long E. Big E. It's a big E. So Arnie. Okay, Arnie. And is it Arn or is it Aaron? Ernie? Sorry. We stupid Americans tend to butcher everything when it comes to names and words and speech in other countries. Just saying, we do. The Dapper Dan Duck is looking amazing. How's that bill look under there? Wow. That is not looking bad at all under the bill, guys. Usually the underside of the bill is where I see, like, other printers have little bits of an issue with layer adhesion up under the bill here. Wait till that thing's done. I'll show you guys. Like, you can kind of see it when I bring the camera back. I haven't added it into my Stream Deck yet, so give me a minute to click, but you can kind of see it in there. It's not really drooping. It's sloping up pretty good. So that's awesome. We'll see the overall surface finish, though, when it's done. We'll see how it looks when with the pre-made profile in Orca Slicer for it. But if anybody knows where one might find other nozzles for the Centauri Carbon. I know there's some, isn't there some like third-party ones out there right now? Has been the talk on the webs lately. Yes, it has, Off Axis. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Does Fabreeko ship from the U.S.? Square Peg, yes, they ship out of their facility in Florida. They ship to the U.S. I'm not exactly sure where else they do ship to, and I don't know if they ship to Hawaii and Alaska. I really should do my homework on where they ship to, and I'll find out, and I'll let you guys know. I'll post something in my community or my posts tab. Once this is over with, I'll find out, and I'll let you guys know. Unless by chance a Shammy or a Hector are hiding in the wings, maybe they could. You're in the Western U.S. Well, Square Peg, they will ship to you. You are in the U.S. So right now, though, they are sold out on the website, but they are getting ready. Hector did say that they are getting ready to open the second round of pre-orders. So they're basically taking them based on a pre-order. So you go there when it's available. They'll open up the pre-orders. You go in, click on it, hit buy, and then it's usually a month or so, maybe 2. Depends on how long it takes to get them over here. I know that initially when we talked about this and me doing the stream and showing off the printer and everything for them, I know initially we talked about this back in, I want to say February, and it's now July. But again, this was given to me by Fabreeko for the sole purpose of what we're doing here. Make a stream, show it off, and then use it for, again, the printer rehab project. For those of you that are new, I guess let me do an introduction to those of you who are new. My name is Dan. This is my channel. Usually what I do on here is we play around with old 3D printers, rebuild them. I give them away to people around me that are low income, can't afford to get into 3D printing but want to. Polymaker sponsors Filament for that. Micro Swiss will sponsor any hot ends or extruder parts that I need for the printers that that I get that they have product for. They'll send me parts and products when I ask for it. And then, like I said, I just give them away to those folks. And it's just something that I do. I go to events, Rocky Mountain, Midwest. I'm trying to get to 3D Printopia, but I can't get a sponsor to help cover the trip for me. If I could, it would be great. But I'll go to those events, meet up with friends and other people. They give me 3D printers. I bring them home. We work on them, rebuild them, and then give them away, like I said. I'm trying to grow this into a community and get more like-minded individuals involved where you've got the knowledge, you've got the time, you're not looking for a paycheck, but you just want the reward of helping get more people into the community. Trying to get a nice little site set up where people can go and add themselves, and then if someone in the area is looking for somewhere to get involved, they can, either go there and maybe mention or nominate someone in their area that they would think would be a good fit for a printer, or maybe add themselves to a list of people in that area that would be willing to take old hardware in, rebuild it, whether you stream and you want to do it on streams, or whether you just want to do it in your spare time at home, and then maybe just, kind of talk in the community about what you're doing and what you're working on, stuff like that. But that's kind of the whole premise behind the printer rehab. And it was also one of the reasons why Shammy was like, hey, you need we need to, you want one of these for the purposes of being able to reprint parts or print parts for printers, as well as to have and use and show off. And we want to help you with that. Could you, we'll send you a printer. It's yours. Do as you please. A couple of requests were use the printer, remind everybody where to go find it, Fabreeko.com. And on top of that, just when you're doing stuff with it, don't forget to tell people they can go to Fabreeko.com. That place right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. But yeah, I mean, this is who I am. This is what I do. I'm not anybody special. I tell everybody all the time, I'm just an idiot with a webcam and a microphone who turned on his camera and talked to the internet and slowly but surely, the channel's been growing. People have been coming and hanging out. And more companies that I have talked to and worked with over the 6+ years now I've been in this hobby, they will help me from time to time with these projects and ideas that I have. So it is quite awesome. And weave, yes, Hector is good people. Bought your V0 kit from them back in the day. Yeah. Hector, like I said, this Rook 2020 you see over my head here, I bought the Rook kit and Hector sent me the 2020 frame so I could do the conversion. I told him I liked the look of the 2020 over the standard Rook. He said, we'll send you one. And they sent it out. And that kind of started the back and forth with me and Fabreeko working on stuff and talking and doing things. And having known Shammy for a few years now, several years now, going to these, you know, the Midwest Rep Rat Fest and then Rocky Mountain Rep Rat Fest. And, you know, Shammy's a good dude. I'm glad he joined up with the Fabreeko team. So, you know, all good people. Fabreeko's driver that brings all their stuff to the events. He's another good dude for those who know who that is. I don't want to out somebody. I know he talks about it, but I don't want to out somebody. Not my place. If he was in chat and he wanted to say it was him, that would be fine. It's his place to do so. But I guess while we're waiting for this to print, or finish printing, we are at 99.43%. 99.4. Ooh, it is. It's going quick. Oh, there we go. It is done. That was quick. And then look how fast that thing just like whips back and puts the nozzle over the poop chute. So I do love the fact that it parks over the poop chute when it's done. So as the nozzle oozes, as it cools, it oozes over the chute. That way you don't have bits floating around inside. Let's see here. Let's actually take the build plate off this time. We'll bring the duck out on the build plate. That is looking gorgeous. Under the build, there is a little bit right at the very neck, but it is way better than some of the other ducks that I have printed on other machines. The Core 1, I don't have one of the Core 1 ducks floating around right now, but I did do a duck on the Core 1. And I would have to say the overall quality is very similar to that of the Core 1. The Core 1 might be a little bit better, but for the price difference, I'm happy with this. I'm not even going to lie. For the price difference, I mean, you could do a little bit of slicer tweaking and probably dial the few imperfections that are in there out. But let's see if it'll actually focus for you. Build plate keeps getting in the way. I'll have to take it off the build plate so you can see a little better, but let me take it off the build plate. Ready? Let's see if the legs work. All the legs worked. And will he stand? Ta-da! The Dapper Dan duck, guys. There it is. If you like the Dapper Dan duck and you want to get one, go over to thangs.com, look up Built Over Bot. B-O-T bot. And I believe he charges a couple bucks for it, or maybe you join his membership. You can always, you know, join the membership for a month. I think it's $5 or $10 for the membership. Might be 15. Don't hold me to the price. Might be 15, but you can definitely go sign up, download a bunch of the models and have them for yourself. If you want to keep paying the subscription and you've got a table that you put up at an event, you can definitely do that and resell the prints. But let me get my face out of the way here so it'll actually focus more on the duck. But if you look under there, those first couple of layers are not terrible, but you can see that they don't match up with the rest. So there's a little bit right there. But all in all, there's the quality of the duck. There's the top hat. Across the back. Looks good, guys. Looks really good. So yeah, again, if you're considering getting one, I would still, a lot of you guys know I was recommending this printer, not using it based on everybody else's information. I said, from what I'm seeing based on everyone else, I would say spend the money and get one of these. Well, guess what I can say now? Having used one of these, I can say spend the money if you're thinking about it and get one of these. So, I mean, if you've got Prusa Core 1 money, get a Prusa Core 1. If you don't have Prusa Core 1 money, get one of these. And if you have Prusa Core 1 money, but you're like, I'd like to have more than one printer, buy a few of these. I ain't gonna lie. I told you guys, once I got this and I printed some stuff with it and I know how it works, I'm going to keep playing around with it. We're going to keep printing stuff. I'm going to start the poop shoot next, because even if I'm not here, I have a camera on it. I can watch it and I can go back in the house. So before the stream ends, we're going to start the poop shoot, because why not? Be nice to have it on the back there to catch the poops. So I'm going to start the poop shoot, get that going. If I should happen to still be out here in 2.5 hours, like it says, well then great. And if not, well, tomorrow when I come out here, I'll take the poop chute off, put it on the back, and we'll have something to catch the poops. But for right now, as a social media guy who does post things to social media, I should probably take my first 2 prints and stick them in here. Because, you know, photo op. As soon as we get done with the stream, I'll take some pictures and post this stuff to the interwebs. But there we go. And then click confirm. Back to the home screen. There we go. I'm going to close the door for the moment, because as I'm spinning the chair around, I don't want to break that door off. What's better than a fast printer? Havoc, more fast printers. But I did tell you guys that once I got it, if I liked it, I would consider making a poor financial decision and actually buying one of these. I cannot do it right now, but just know that when a second Carbon shows up here, it's because I paid for it with my own monies. And just know that there will be a second one showing up. And there will be at least 2 of them here, and if possible at some point, possibly even a third one. And I'm going to try and get 3 of them across that top row, because I am buying one. I like it. It is a good printer. I am going to spend some monies on it. If you guys want to help me buy a second one, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, links down there. I will buy a second one if you want to help. If you don't want to help, some point I will make a poor financial decision and I will buy a second one, because I want good working machines, and so far it's been good. We're gonna throw the poop shoot at it after the stream ends. I said I was gonna do it during the stream, but I'm gonna wrap this up. We're at the 2-hour mark, and I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna take a couple quick pictures of everything, post it up on the post tab, put it up on X, and then maybe even remember to put some stuff out on Instagram, right? Might as well use Instagram. I gotta start getting it out there more, you know, so put it on Instagram, maybe even make a TikTok. I'm probably going to spend an hour in here just doing some content for the other platforms. Don't forget the Linktree down there has all that stuff, so you can go click on those and come on over to all the other places and follow me there. You probably skip another line of printers and just stick with more Cobras. Hey man, if it works for you, I get it completely. If the opportunity arises and you can get your hands on one of these, I say do it. But the Cobras are working well for you. Enjoy your Cobras, man. I'm never going to tell somebody how to spend their money. But if you're asking for an opinion, I say spend your money. It's just an opinion. You are big kids. You can spend your money however you see fit. If you decide to get one of these, please consider using Fabreeko. Help them out. They're awesome people. They're sponsoring this whole stream and that guy right there for me, so that I can do more fun and exciting things with it. Yeah. But guys, like I said, we're just over the 2-hour mark. So in 2 hours, 2 hours and 11 minutes now, we've managed to start the stream, open the box, take it out of the box, set it up, run through the calibration, get the calibration done, do the firmware update, get that done, print the benchy that was preloaded on there, and then add in to Orca Slicer, and then set up and print the Dapper Dan duck. So in 2 hours, we got 2 prints and went through all of the other stuff that needed to be done to get there. So that's not bad. Really can't go wrong with the Elegoo CC. You are correct, sir. The Centauri Carbon is definitely a good printer, and at that price point, I think it's probably It is, and I say this without it being a slap. It, again, is the AMD of 3D printing. Because, again, when it comes to price to performance, AMD usually wins. Again, not saying that Intel and NVIDIA are bad. I'm just saying that the amount of money you spend for the amount of performance you get, AMD wins over Intel and NVIDIA. With this printer, for the amount of money you spend, it wins in its performance. I mean, I sliced the Dapper Dan dog. The only thing I changed, again, was I put 3 walls on it. That was it. I went from 2 walls to 3 walls. That was the only thing I changed. And you see how it turned out. And that was in Orca Slicer, not in Elegoo Slicer. So keep that in mind. I am using Orca Slicer because it's just what I know and love. It's where all my printers are. I don't want a million different slicer programs. So I'm using Orca Slicer with their pre-made Elegoo Centauri Carbon profile. Just changed my outer walls to 3. I like 1 extra wall. It's a preference, and that's my preference. If you're comfortable using 2 walls with the 5 and 3, enjoy. So, but all in all, my personal opinion, if you're in the market, you have the money, definitely get one of those. Consider going to Fabreeko to get it. If not, and you go straight to Elegoo, understand completely, but I say if you can support, please support. Fabreeko is awesome people. They're good people. They've taken care of many of us in this community. And they've supported many people in this community and provided good support for quite a few people in this community as well. So thank you again, Hector, Shammy, and the rest of the Fabreeko team. Thank you to you guys for being here, hanging out with me during this lovely stream this evening, listening to the few times my teenage daughter came out and had her little tangents. Wouldn't be one of my streams if it didn't happen, right, guys? That is just how it is. It is life. It happens, and I don't edit or censor things. I don't change stuff. Everything happens the way it happens. It's very hard, or it's very rare that a company will respect that. And the fact that Fabreeko says, be you, do what you do, enjoy, have fun, here's the printer, show it off, tell the world about it, and good, bad, or indifferent, whatever your experience is, share it with everybody. And if there's problems, you let us know so we can go to bat. So that is awesome. But guys, I do hear some thundering and rumbling. I do want to get the pictures taken, get the stuff done. I'll probably even post a YouTube short talking about this thing. So there'll probably be a YouTube short, TikTok. Try to get something up on Instagram. I'll double check the shipping stuff and get a post put up. If not tonight, probably sometime tomorrow, I'll post up about where their shipping is too. And then what else did I say? Oh, probably post some pictures on X as well. So if you hit the link tree down there, you'll find all those places. You can go add me, follow me, and yeah, that being said, guys, the usual spiel, because we're out of here. Stay out of trouble, stay out of jail, happy 3D printing and all those things, and don't forget, and don't forget that an old printer is better than no printer. Thank you again, Fabreeko, Shammy, Hector, you guys are awesome. To you guys watching, you're awesome. Bye, guys. Have a wonderful evening, and ring the bell so you know when I go live next. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye. What? I'm just kidding. All right. Bye, guys. Have a good night.